Good Shabbos. Page 128. Boi kala, boi kala, boi kala, boi kala, boi kala, boi kala. Boi kala, boi kala. And the words at the bottom of the page. Hachamame roshayila not nistalka. Bo v'netze likrat Shabbat hamalka. Hachamame roshayila not nistalka. Bo v'netze likrat Shabbat hamalka. Just sing with me. Boi kala, boi kala, boi kala, boi kala, boi kala, boi kala.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos.
And I guess for another few minutes, Chag Sameach, as we are just leaving Purim. It is wonderful to see all of you this evening here in our sanctuary, here at Dor Tamid, as well as all of you who are joining us virtually through our online community as we enter into this Shabbat, this day of rest that truly is a gift, that allows us to take a step back from all of the schmutz of the week and to rest and reflect and bless you and renew our souls on this holy day that is a true gift, a gift from our Creator, because God has given us this gift of time. We come together tonight for a variety of reasons. Some of us are here because it's Friday night and we seek community on Shabbat as we enter into this holy day. Some of us are here because we are saying healing prayers for those in our immediate or broader circles. Some of us are here because we have experienced a loss, either recently or at this season in years past, and we stand with each of you as you and us together as community walk through the valley of the shadow. Some of us are here this evening because we're celebrating a simcha on this Shabbat, a joyous moment in the life of one of our young people, the life of her family, and truly the life of our community and the Jewish people, as tomorrow morning Maddie Jonas will celebrate becoming a bat mitzvah, the newest adult member of the Jewish people. And during our Shabbat morning worship service tomorrow, she will lead us in prayer and read from the Torah and then teach us from its ancient and sacred wisdom. So just a precursor to our announcements, we hope you will all join us again tomorrow morning as well. But for whatever reason we are here tonight, we are here to mark this moment in time, this transition from a Chag, from Purim, this most joyous day on our calendar, to the holiness of Shabbat, this taste of Eden, this taste of perfection that we are given each and every week. And we do that by opening our hearts to one another and our hearts to the heart of the world, singing together this song of love on page 128. Please join us, Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid Nefesh, Avarachaman, Avarachaman. משוך עבדך אל רצונך, אל רצונך. ידיד נפש, אב הרחמן, אב הרחמן. משוך עבדך אל רצונך, אל רצונך. ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל, ישתחווה אל מול עדריך. ידיד נפש, אב הרחמן, אב הרחמן. משוך עבדך אל רצונך, אל רצונך.
As we do each week, we enter into Shabbat by adding light to creation. So to kindle our Sabbath lights this evening, I'd like to invite our bat mitzvah Maddie to come to the bima, along with her parents Michael and Natasha and her sister Leah, so that they can kindle our Sabbath lights. Page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat shalom.
Page 124. We enter the sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer. We turn now to page 130 as we enter into the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat, our service for welcoming Shabbat, singing joyously together the words of Psalm 95, Lechune Ranena.
Lechune ranena l'Adonai, nariya letzor yishenu, nekahat mafana b'toda, bismirot nariya lo. Page 131. Shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash. Shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash.
Page 135, Psalm 99. Adonai Malach, Adonai enthroned on cherubim is sovereign. Peoples tremble, the earth quakes. Adonai is great in Zion and exalted above all peoples. They praise your name as great and awesome. God is holy. Mighty ruler who loves justice. It was you who established equity, you who worked righteous judgment in Jacob. Exalt Adonai our God and bow down to God's footstool. God is holy. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu, V'yishtachavu lehar kodsho, Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Together, exalt Adonai our God, and bow towards God's holy hill, for Adonai our God is holy. We turn now in our prayer books to page 138, as we prepare to welcome in the Sabbath bride with the singing of L'Chadodi. We will sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and when we reach the 9th and final verse, we will rise and face the door of the sanctuary, hoping to catch a glimpse of the Sabbath bride as she enters our presence.
Lechatoti likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechatoti likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechatoti dodi, lechatoti likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechatoti likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shahamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, Hishmiyanu el ham-yuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem ultiferet v'litihila. Lechadoti likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadoti likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha, Ki hi mekor haberacha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh v'machshava techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, ki ba'orekum uri shir daberi, Kevod Adonai alayik nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom materet ba'ala, Gam b'simcha u'v'tzola, Toch emunei am segula, boi kala. Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Please be seated as we continue in the middle of page 140. Tzadik katamar yifrach, ke'erez balva non yiskeh. Shetulim bevet Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. The righteous bloom like a date palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in the courts of our God. In old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness, attesting that Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no wrong. Now that we have welcomed in Shabbat, we prepare to transition into our Mariv, our evening service, with the Shema and its blessings, using the words of the Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. And to lead us in the Kaddish, I'd like to invite our Bat Mitzvah, Maddie Jonas, to come to the Bima.
Yikada v'yikada shemei rabba ve'amadi v'rachi rute v'amich malhute v'chayechon v'yonechon u'kayedecho be'Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'yimeru amen Yehei shemei rab na'yivorach Ve'alam le'amaya Yitbarach V'yishtavach V'yipa'ar V'yichomam V'yinaseh V'yitadar V'yitalal Shemei Kudasha B'rihu Le'elam Nicho Birchata V'shirata
Tush b'chata v'nechemata Na'amiran be'alma
V'yimeru
Amen. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla lie lie lie. 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 Am I awake? Am I prepared?
Page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, bechokhmah potech she'arim, uvitvuna mishanei etim umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim b'mishrateim barakia kirtzono. We read together. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbenu, V'kumenu na'asiach v'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratcha, U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, Be'oret yameinu, Uvahem nege yomam v'layla, Nege yomam v'layla. V'ahavatcha al tasir, Mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'avta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shivtecha, b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha, v'atzerech, u'v'shochbecha, u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yatecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha, lima'an tizkiru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, V'tem kedoshim le'elohechem, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, Liot lachem le'elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet.
Page 159. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children in the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. Song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osei pelech, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? When Moses and the children crossed the sea, they sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osei fel baruch atah Adonai ka'al Yisrael. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chayim. Ufrohos aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufrohos aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
This week's Torah portion, Ki Tisa, which Maddie will read, I'm sure, beautifully tomorrow. Her rehearsal this week was any indication. Carries in it two of the most famous passages of our Sefer Torah, of our Torah story, of our narrative of the creation and development of the Jewish people. The first is a liturgical piece that is taken from the Torah and finds its way into the next page of our Siddur that we are almost at, page 162. And it's the words that are spoken by God to Moses as a reminder to the people as they are building the Mishkan, as they're building the tabernacle, the holy dwelling place that God will reside in when God travels with the people throughout the wilderness. And God says, V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat. La'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam, eini uvein b'nei Yisrael otile olam, hisheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz, uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash. That they shall keep Shabbat as a sign, throughout the ages, as a covenant for all time, and that it shall be a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed, was renewed. And that word vayinafash comes from the word for soul. God's self was resouled, and Shabbat, we're taught, has that ability to renew our souls as well. But the juxtaposition happens just afterwards when Moses goes back up onto the mountain to receive the rest of the Torah, to receive God's other laws that had not been spoken yet. And he was gone for a long time, 40 days and 40 nights. And while he was gone, the people became restless. And they went to Aaron, his brother, the high priest, and said, Aaron, your brother's never coming back. He's gone. He disappeared up this mountain. God took us out of Egypt to leave us here in the middle of the desert. Make for us a God that should lead us. Aaron hemmed and hawed for a while, the Midrash says, but finally gave in to the people and said, bring me your rings, your earrings, your rings off your fingers, your jewelry, your gold. And Aaron fashioned the golden calf, which we are taught by our rabbis was the biggest sin that the Jewish people had ever committed. Not long after, days after receiving Torah, they strayed. Days after receiving God's laws, God's commands, and as the Torah says, hearing the voice of God, the people strayed away. This is the divine example that every parent knows when they say to their kids, what did I just tell you? But this juxtaposition is in our Torah. On the one hand, we get this reminder that we have an ability to stay centered, to stay grounded, to stay connected to God through this day of Shabbat. That every 7 days we have this opportunity. As I say, most weeks when we begin our service, it's truly a gift because it grounds us. It helps us renew ourselves and renew our commitment to that which is good and high and holy. And on the other hand, we have the golden calf, straying away, embracing that which is not holy, that which is not God, and treating it as God. And we are all faced with this choice throughout our lives. And this is not me encouraging you to keep Shabbat in any very strict and solemn and machmir way with all the details of Shabbat that can be, but it's to find that time, to find that ability to mark Shabbat in some way each and every week so that it maintains its status as an eternal sign of the covenant between us and God, so that it will continually, as Ahad Ha'am teaches, not only allow us to keep it, but to keep us as well. Or we can go the other path. We can go the path of creating our own egel zahav, our own golden calves in our lives that cause us to stray away from that which is good and high and holy, that which makes us unique as a people Israel, that which centers us around God and Torah. The choice is ours each day and each week. Torah reminds us Shabbat is there for us. Shabbat has the ability to center us, to put us on a good path, and vayinafash, truly renew our souls. Amen. We sing together those words from Torah, page 162.
Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Ma'asot et HaShabbat Ledorotam B'ridodam Shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Ma'asot et HaShabbat Ledorotam B'ridodam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam Oti le'olam V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Ma'asot et HaShabbat Ledorotam B'ridodam Ki sheshet shemim asa Adonai et HaShamayim ve'et ha'aretz V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם.
Or, if you're able, I invite you to please rise for the tefillah.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid ilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Ose shalom bimroma, uya ase shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, uya ase shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimroma, uya ase Shalom Aleinu, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Bi'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Bi'al Kol Yisrael, Oseh Shalom B'Romah. Ya'aseh shalom aleinu.
Pause now in our service as we take a moment and think of those members of our community who are ill. Some are in the hospital, some are at home recovering. Some have diseases and illnesses from which they may never recover. This week, we think especially of Jerry Gimple, Abe Asher, Sam Efron, Frank Scala, Andre Boykin, Bert Singerman, Mindy Harris, Steve Wolf, Mike Arnold, Sarah Kerr, Rabbi Jonathan Adler, Sam Brooks, Audrey DeShetler, Eileen Zukos, Eleanor Hochberg, Arnold Serlin, Ava Mishkoff, Sam Mishkoff, Ruth Golden, Sylvan Golden, Barbara Taylor, Marty Levine, Gail Rosenblatt, Harriet Jacobs, Beverly Mahone, Nancy Nichols, David Rafaelov, Chana Rivka Bat Yosefa, Lauren Kernis, Michelle Mandel, Joe Rudowski, Ethel Rubenstein, Arlene Silver, Stan Israev, Sheila Fagis, Susan Rachel Stockel, Stacy Ford, Sandra Slovin, Gary Swartz, Carolyn Eisenhart, Brian Berger, Yael Bat David Valea, Jill Vantine, Reva Fisher, Mateo Velasquez, Max Jacobs, Kathy Waldner, and Sharon Zuspin. If you are thinking of someone who is in need of a prayer of healing, I invite you to share their name with the community as my eyes meet yours, or if you're joining us online this evening, to add their name at this time to the chat. We think of all those we have named and all those we hold in our hearts as we ask for God's healing presence to be with them. We also ask God to watch over victims of violence around the world. May they be blessed with healing, hope, and love. And we ask God to watch over those who care for the sick each day. May their hands and their hearts be blessed with wisdom, compassion, love, and support. As we ask God to watch over all of them and all of us with this blessing of healing on page 371.
Misheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We turn now to page 377, rising together to offer a prayer for the state of Israel. Shalu Shalom Yerushalayim Yishlayu Avayich. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. Avinu Shabashamayim. Tzur Yisrael v'goralo. Barech et Medinat Yisrael reshit smichat geulatenu. Hagen aleha bevrat chastecha. Ufros aleha sukat shlomecha. Shlach orcha ve'amitcha l'rosheha. Tzareha v'yotzeha. Takneim be'etzah tova milfanecha. V'natata shalom ba'aretz, v'simchat olam le'yoshveha v'nomar. Amen. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. We remain standing as we turn in our prayer books to page 586 for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol lateit gerula liotzer bereshit shehu noteh shamayim v'yosed haaretz u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al u'shchinatu zo begove meromim u'Eloheinu enod v'anachnu koreim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai L'melech al kol ha'aretz Bayom hahu Yiyeh Adonai echad U'shemo Ushemo
Please
echad.
be seated. Why should I wish to see God better than this day? I see something of God in each hour of the 24 and each moment then. In the faces of men and women I see God, and in my own face in the glass. I find letters from God dropped in the street, and every one is signed by God's name. And I leave them where they are, for I know that wheresoever I go, others will punctually come forever and ever. Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. At this sacred moment of our Shabbat evening worship, we think longingly and lovingly of those taken from us both recently and at this season in years past. We are in a period of Shloshim, first 30 days since their funerals, of Mimi Levine, Adrienne Sunheim, Itzik Elgaret, Ohad Yahalomi, Shlomo Mansour, Sahi Idan, Shiri Bibas, Ariel Bibas, Bir Bibas, and Oded Lifshitz. And we mark the yahrzeits, the anniversary of their passing on this Shabbat. Shirley Bilski, Steve Austin, Selma Bauer, Bessie Baum, Penny Cohen, Diane Fagis, Sylvia Fleischer, Bernard Kalman Friedman, Rose Godley, Dorothy Grabowski, Bernard Hoffman, Esther Kerbel, Ida Kerbel, Helen Krepisman, Pam Poplar-Tolk, William Rosevear, Irving Shapiro, Anita Siegel, and Kenny Weiner. If you are remembering someone on this Shabbat, I invite you to share their name with the community as my eyes meet yours, or if you're joining us online tonight, add their name at this time to the chat. Zichronam livracha. May all of their memories continue to be a blessing. And may we take all the memories of those we have named and those we hold in our hearts together, along with the memory of the millions of our people who have no one to say Kaddish for them. Praising the source of life, remembering all of them, we rise as one community for the words of the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yalma divrach cherutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chaye chon v'yom echon v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael. B'agala uvizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam l'amei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata, dami ran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, huya asei shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, and comfort to all the bereaved here and everywhere with the blessing of peace. Together we all say, amen.
Ose shalom bimromav yase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Our closing song this evening, it is still Purim-ish. It's actually Shushan Purim. There's a tradition that in walled cities like Jerusalem, Purim's actually celebrated the day after Purim. So to recognize that Adar, this month of Purim, should be our happiest month since we're celebrating a Simcha this weekend, which raises the joy for all of us. We'll sing these words from Talmud. Say, Misha nichnas Adar marbim b'simcha. When it is Adar, when Adar is here, our joy should increase. Misha, 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 Misha,
Misha, Misha, Misha, Misha, Niknas Adar. Misha, 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 Niknas Adar. Misha, Niknas Adar, Marvin Besimcha. Misha, Niknas Adar, Marvin Besimcha. Misha, 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 Niknas Adar. Misha, 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 Niknas Adar.
Please be seated. Good Shabbos, everyone. It was wonderful being here with all of you, both in the sanctuary as well as everyone joining us virtually this evening. We have just a few brief announcements before we conclude our service with Kiddush and Motzi and a closing benediction so that we can all join together for an Oneg Shabbat in our social hall to continue celebrating Shabbat together. First, as I mentioned earlier in the service, tomorrow morning we have services again at 10:30 a.m. as we will continue celebrating Shabbat with our Shabbat morning worship service, and where we will also celebrate Maddie Jonas becoming a bat mitzvah, the newest adult member of the Jewish people. And Maddie will lead us in prayer and read Torah and teach us her Torah tomorrow as we recognize her new place in the adult Jewish community. So we hope you will join us in worship tomorrow morning as well. Then on Sunday, we have religious school beginning at 9 a.m. for our pre-K through 8th grade students. And at 11 o'clock here in the sanctuary, our Purim Carnival begins with singing and another Purim spiel for those of you who either were here last night and want some more or haven't heard it yet. But our 7th and 8th graders will be telling the story of Purim. And then the carnival begins with games and prizes and food, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So we hope to see you in costume on Sunday morning from 11 to 1. On Monday, there's Mahjong at 1 p.m. On Tuesday, our bereavement support group with Rabbi Judith Beiner will meet at 10 a.m., and our knitting and crochet group meets at 1 p.m. On Wednesday, we invite you to continue studying the book of 1 Kings with us in our Tanakh study group at 11 o'clock. And immediately following that, you can help feed the hungry by participating in the sandwich project at noon. And then following that, play some canasta at 1. So it's a busy early afternoon on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a lot of Mahjong, both at 10 o'clock in the morning and 7 p.m. And then next Friday, our prime timers will be having lunch together at Great Szechuan. And then we have Tat Shabbat at 6 o'clock and Kabbalat Shabbat service with March anniversary blessing. So if you have a March anniversary, come and get some chocolate and a blessing next Friday night during our 7:30 p.m. service. We want to wish thank yous to those members of our community who have done so much, going above and beyond for us. And this week we want to thank members of our men's club, specifically Eric Cole, Andrew Efron, Sam Cohn, Brian Dabowski, Buddy Goodman, and Kevin Macklin for moving and shuffling pallets and pallets and pallets of mulch and dirt into our garden to get it ready for planting this spring. So they were here last weekend, covered in dirt and soil, and we thank them for doing that. We are going to conclude our service in just a moment, but the last announcement I have is Passover. Now that we've hit Purim, Passover is a month away. The second Seder will be at the Standard Club this year, and information was in the e-blast this week and last, so it's already been out. But please make sure to RSVP if you will be joining us. It's always a lot of fun, good meal, good company as we celebrate Pesach together as a community the second weekend of April. So we are going to conclude our service now with Kiddush and Motzi. So I'm going to invite all of our young people, including Maddie, who have not yet celebrated becoming a bar or bat mitzvah, to join us on the bima as we all rise and turn to page 123 for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yava u'v'ratzon inchalatanu baruch ata Adonai mekadesh ha'shabbat l'chaim.
Now, as we sing together.
Maddie, here, Maddie.
Maddie, over the challah.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'tei avon.
And as they have the first piece of challah on behalf of all of us, we ask for God's blessing. Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yivarechet amo v'yakol v'nei adam b'shalom. May God grant strength to our people, and may God grant all of us, all Israel and all of creation with the blessing of peace. Together we all say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom.